one of the biggest upgrades yet. Huzzah! Master cylinder brake upgrade. I am hoping this is gonna solve all of my problems. One of the single biggest issues with X3s is this freaking weak braking system. That, after the last race, just goes right to the floor.
Just a heads up, I have like next to no brakes, so don't stand right in front of the car when we come in.
And unfortunately, part of the stock class rules are mandating stock calipers and rotors. And I could do the hardline kit, but I've been told that doesn't do a whole hell of a lot compared to this master cylinder upgrade. So this includes this awesome billet adjustable master cylinder. And by adjustable, I mean like this, where you have front and rear bias, where you can mount this inside the car, adjust as you're driving. Really, really, really excited about this upgrade. It's not cheap, but I'm really hoping this fixes these issues. And I should mention, this was sent to me by John Donovan, who he's seen some videos and saw some posts I had in the CanAm Facebook group, and my God, thank you. Thank you to him. Thank you to UTV Race Shop. So go shop with them. I've shopped with them for years and years and years. And they sell just the best stuff you could ever ask for. Yeah, I mean, a lot of parts off this car I bought from them. Just full retail pricing. But yeah, UTV Race Shop, thank you. John Donovan, thank you so much. This thing, absolute work of art. So thank you. Anyway, let's get to the video. But first off, we need to get the stock master cylinder out, and before I can do that, I need to drain the fluid. And in case you're not aware, there are two circuits on all X3 braking systems. There's the front two and the rear two circuits where they have the reservoir bottles, all that stuff. And to fill it back up, I got one of these bad boys. I've never used one, but I think it's gonna be a lot better than what I did. Basically, these little caps here, you put on top of the reservoir bottle, you fill it from the top down and bleed the air out from the top down, and then let it out of the calipers. Whereas, I had been using this hunk of garbage where you hook that up to the caliper, compressed air to it, and it uses a Venturi effect to blow air out of here, creating a suction in the bottle and pulling it out from the caliper. That has not been working for me, so we're gonna try this new bleeding method. But before that, we gotta pull the fluid out of the system, and to do so, I am gonna use this pile of garbage. All right, let's pull the fluid out. Got it connected to this. And that's the front sucked out. Notice that the brake reservoir is empty. Now for the other side, then the rear. Okay, that's all four corners drained out, all free of fluid. Now to pull the master cylinder out. It comes out with the whole pedal assembly and everything. These are my hand controls, ignore that. Obviously disconnected the steering wheel. So I think there's 3 bolts under here. There's 2 banjo bolts associated with that and an electrical connector. I think there might be more, I'm not sure. And then there are these 4 bolts here in the fender. And that's master cylinder out. That was way, way harder than I thought it would be. So it sits up in there like this. As you can see by all the scratches on this plate, I had to stick pry bars in there and then pry this off of the other plate up in there to get that off. Then had to disconnect both the banjo bolts, and there's the 2 lines that come into it from the reservoir bottles up top, and then there's a couple connectors on there as well. Yeah, that was hard to do. I had to take the hand controls out. But yeah, anyway. But now to take the old master cylinder out and get that fresh one built up and put onto this pedal box, or whatever you call this. There are 2 bolts here. Obviously, I accidentally took out one here when it was still in the car. And then there's a little clevis pin right here with a clip on it, I guess. So, pull that. And there we go. Master cylinder out. No damage on there. So, all right, well, I'll keep this one as a spare. I'll rebuild it in my free time. But for now, let's get the new one in. And just as a comparison, here's the tiny old one. What is that, like 3/4 inch inner diameter or something like that? Here is the new big beefy Juan master cylinder. Bybri, I think, is the brand that makes it, but yeah, that thing is beefcake compared to this little tiny Brembo OEM. Okay, so quick update, because there's basically no instruction manual for this, and I am learning as I go, and I've never really done brake stuff before. So anyway, this is the front circuit that goes to the front 2 calipers, this banjo fitting here, which is this bolt, which has in a pressure switch sensor for the brake lights. That's the electrical connector there. I had originally planned on just using the original brake lines from the car and putting them right to the rear and the front banjo fittings here on this new master cylinder. However, this thread pitch does not match this, so what I had to do was connect this new line, which has a fitting for that pressure switch right here, and then obviously this end bolts to the master cylinder itself, but had to connect it to the front distribution line at the end of this line when it goes through the firewall, which connects to this distribution block here. Unfortunately, it's really hard to see, especially with this vent line in the way. This is a hard line right into this distribution block. This is all one piece. It doesn't thread out. I think how the kit is it's made for the Juan hardline kit, which would have a threaded fitting right here. It's hard to tell. Anyway, yeah, no threads in here whatsoever. Because as you can see right here, that's sort of a bulkhead fitting, so I think this is designed to go into the firewall and then have the distribution block bolt into right here. So anyway, I'm gonna have an extra like 18 inches of line up under here. Not ideal, but probably for the next one I'll do the hardline kit, and then which will replace the front distribution block and lines to the front 2 calipers. Anyway, I'll get this with the copper washer threaded into right here, and then this will obviously bolt into the master cylinder itself. I still am going to use the rear line, which won't be a problem. I lined that all up, and yeah, so we shall continue. Okay, update. Unfortunately, the bottles that it comes with that are like twice the capacity will not work with the stock configuration. So I think what needs to happen, there's a mounting tab that has one of those clips with threads in it. I don't know what it's called. The OEM one bolts from the top through here, and then it sits right on top, right here where the mount is. I think what needs to happen is you would pull that clip, put this under the tab right there, and then run the bolt in. However, there's no room underneath for that, so you'd have to cut apart a bunch of the plastic up there. And as a paraplegic, I can't get up there and do that. And yeah, I don't have help that is capable of doing that. Anyway, I'm just going to run the stock ones. It's fine. It's just less capacity, but whatever. Anyway. Okay, so finally I can mount this guy to the pedal box. So fortunately, it lines right up. So let's get this mounted to that. And mounted. Okay, so that was easy. That was probably the easiest part of this. Other than the clip right there, I kind of wish that was an R clip, not a circlip. The bendy kind of clip. I can't remember. Anyway, that is master cylinder mounted to the pedal assembly. Now to get this back in. But to kind of go over what everything is, so this is the adjuster. This hooks to a cable which mounts to the cage. I'll go to that in a minute. This is the front reservoir input line, and then this is the rear reservoir input line from those reservoir tanks up on top. And then this is the front circuit output banjo bolt, and this is the rear output banjo bolt. Obviously it's dual cylinder, so there we go. I am super impressed with the quality of this thing. Now let's get this pedal box in, something I have been dreading for a while because this is gonna suck. So anyway, let's get it in. Okay, so ignore all my wires and everything else. It's all connected now. I got the pressure switch connected. Obviously both output banjo bolts connected, the input lines from the reservoir bottles connected, all that stuff in place. I'm trying to wrestle it up into place now. There's these studs off the side here that have to go up into here. I have the big trail tank, so it sticks out this way quite a bit, so it's a little hard to fit it. I'm on the verge of just loosening up the tank and sliding the tank over a hair. I really don't want to do that because that's a whole hell of a lot of work with pulling the dash apart and everything, but yeah, so anyway, that's where I'm at. If you have a stock tank, it should slide up no problem, but yeah, it's fighting me, so wish me luck. And as I'm editing this, I realized I forgot to mention in the video, I did have to cut those 3 tabs off, and they are spot welded on the inside, on that side of it, up in the inside of this pedal assembly. So I cut them off and then I drilled them out and then just ran bolts in from the side. I still used the 4 studs on the front of this that go through like the front of the fender that you bolt from the outside of the car. But yeah, those 3 studs I did have to cut off and drill out, and then I just ran some bolts in from the side up through here. So anyway, yeah, I should have videoed that when I was assembling it, but just I guess I forgot. I don't know. Brake is in. How do we feel about CanAms?
No words.
Wifey had to help. Okay, so that is master cylinder installed. Still need to clean up this wiring and trim some zip ties, all that stuff. I got the hand controls back in. Whatever, ignore that. That's not relevant to anyone else. Unfortunately, that right there is where the adjuster goes. Normally there'd be a cable coming out the side. You can see this here. That's the fuel tank. I have the trail tank that's bigger than stock. Normally it would work just fine for my situation. Unfortunately it won't work. What I did was it's really hard to tell. I took a bolt head, I ground it down so it would fit in there, and then I ran the set screws in so I can adjust that with just a 17mm wrench. You rotate it counterclockwise, so down this way gives it more front bias. This way gives it more rear bias. I wrote that on there. Unfortunately, won't be able to adjust it on the fly because that cable was just too bound up. No way it would work, but still adjustable. Just, again, not on the fly. Need to clean up this, but that is master cylinder installed. Now, I just need to bleed the brakes. So what I'm gonna use, this to bleed. It's just an Amazon brake bleeder. It's a copy of the AGM one. It's a positive pressure bleeder versus a vacuum bleeder, which is what I've used in the past. I've heard these are the way to go, but I've never used one myself. So basically just pump this, put some positive pressure in here, connect this to the master cylinder reservoir tank, which I had to use an old cap and ran an air hose fitting into it and then just JB welded it. So I'm hoping that'll work. And then I used the one of the older I don't even know what you would call this. This is like the seal, I don't know, bladder thingy. And then I cut out the center of it. So that way pressure and that way high pressure fluid could go through here. Fill up the bottle at the top and then run all the way through the system and then empty out into this bottle. You pump high pressure fluid through the reservoir tank up there, runs through the system and out there, and then you shut it off at the caliper. And I'm going to do that for both sides on the front, because again, it's a dual circuit system where there's the front circuit with one reservoir bottle, one master cylinder now, and the rear circuit with the rear master cylinder, rear reservoir bottle, all that stuff. So anyway, I'm starting at the front because it's easier, and then I'll move to the back. Okay, we are halfway there to getting the brakes bled. That's the setup. Pressure bleed from the top. Then you hook up this into this bottle, and then you just crack the nipple loose and it'll flow out into the bottle. And you keep flowing until you got no air. Move to the other side, do the same thing. And then because it's two dual circuits, we are going to move to the back now. And all I did was pump in about 10 psi. So that was enough. Now let's move to the back. And now we got a nice firm pedal. Doesn't even get close to the floor. So far, super stoked on this master cylinder. I got it all bled out, obviously, otherwise it wouldn't be a firm pedal. But anyway, gonna test tomorrow, let you know what I think. All right, so J1 master brake cylinder. Highly recommend. I didn't want to outro this video and recommend it before being able to test. I've put maybe 60 miles on it so far this weekend in the sand dunes, or whatever you call these things. Anyway, holy crap, it's so good. It locks up the brakes like nothing, and that's as someone with hand controls. So very firm pedal still. The install sucks kinda, but if you have a trail tank like I do in this X3, you just got to cut those side tabs off, and then after that it went in no problem. Otherwise, I think you could probably, there's no drilling that you have to do, unlike the Willwood one. Otherwise, I think you could probably get it in without taking that whole pedal assembly out. I think that would probably be easier than what I did, honestly. I was just going by what I was told to do, but yeah, I don't know. What I did is not that bad. So anyway, I'm going to keep ripping, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. We got some cool stuff coming up. Peace.